Hey guys, this is Drew Gallagher, and today I'm going to tell you the top 5 cannabis stocks to invest in right now. So stay tuned. So what are the top 5 cannabis stocks to invest in right now? So a lot's going on with the coronavirus, and a ton of stocks fell initially just because of the worry, and a lot of industries were impacted, and now they're not getting business. But if you're looking to invest in stocks while the competition and prices are low because there's so many people pulling out, then you should definitely invest in cannabis stocks. So I'm going to show you 5 cannabis stocks to invest in over the next 10 years that will make sure that you will get your return on investment, and they're good options. So the first cannabis stock to invest in right now is Aphria, which is a ridiculously cheap multinational weed company. They have a great valuation, strong international presence. They have a top flight production capacity, one of the largest cash runways, one of the most highly praised dried flower brands in the Broken Coast. Despite all that, because they had previous management that wasn't very good, people like to ignore what they achieved previously. It's a mistake not to invest in them. So the shares have lost 20% during the first 2 months 2020, but because of this pullback from investors, it's a great time for new investors that are willing to be patient, because if you buy in early, it's going to pick up again and you're going to see some really big rewards. It says one of the best outlooks within the peer companies, and it's led by growing international operations and early brand building efforts. The second stock to invest in is Canopy Growth. So Canopy Growth is the biggest in the industry. It's Canada's largest pot company by market capitalization, top tier fully funded production capacity, has one of the biggest international footprints, and it's led by consumer packaged goods expert David Klein. So they also work with Constellation Brands, which is a alcoholic beverage giant. So that partnership gives them the ability to expand internationally, expand the portfolio, keeps the company going. So although they're losing money initially, Klein is a really good expert, and he's trying to cut costs, increase sales, and streamline operations. And he has the right experience to get them on the right track for the next 10 years. They have the inside track of being the industry's biggest name within the next decade. Their stock should turn out to be a great buy and hold play. Third stock to invest in is Cresco Lab. They're also at the top of the game. They're a multi-state operator in the US. By the time we get to 2022, they're estimated to have a shot at making $1 billion in annual sales, which is a ton. Because they're at 1.1 billion right now, that's really good as an outlook. So there's an issue with the Californian legal pot market, so it might not be a clear path to getting to 2.2 billion. It's a lot of tax issues, and there's actually illicit cannabis sales going on in California, so there are some issues there. So they're trying to have an overhaul of all the cannabis companies. There are a lot of legal issues that still have to be resolved, especially in California, but if that gets resolved, then this is going to be a really good stock to invest in. It's a big risk, but the risk will pay off if those laws are passed, and there's a lot more states that are accepting the legalization of weed and its sales of cannabis, so it has a good outlook. The fourth company to invest in on this list is the Cronos Group. So they have a really unique approach to cannabis. They have a really conservative business development approach, but this strategy is really smart, because instead of using their they've been focusing on their research and development, and they've been forming a lot of partnerships. Because they have a partnership with Aphria and they have a network of contract farmers, they'll be able to release really advanced technology for products, playing the long game. So they have a lot of partnerships and development going on in the background. So once federal prohibition on marijuana ends, Cronos is going to have an edge. And the fifth company to invest with on this list is Organigram Holding. So they're Canada's most efficient grower. So they are in the middle of Canadian pod growers. They are a small company, but they do succeed at a very high level. They have a proprietary 3-level indoor growing system and a close focus on cost controls. The company is on track to achieve sustained profitability well before its peers. And because the company is small, as the market expands, they'll be able to scale up faster than larger bloated companies, because they're going to be more agile. Organigram may be a small cap company, but it definitely has the potential to evolve into a large cap giant by the end of the decade. So how do you make money? How do you get rich investing in cannabis stocks? Well, if you want to get rich with investing in cannabis stocks, and you live in Australia, Ireland, New Zealand, Singapore, the UK, of Britain, or Northern Ireland, then I have a link for you that is a program in order to invest in cannabis It is the best on the market. It is a great way to get involved with this if you're passionate about cannabis and you want to invest in it and you want to invest in these companies. I'll share this link in my description. It's really great. Or you can go to my blog, drewbusinessaccelerator.com/blog, and the article is top 5 cannabis stocks to invest in right now. But what if you don't live in those countries? What if you're in the US or somewhere else? Well, don't worry, because I have a great way for you to make 6 to 7 figures online right now. I have a great training for you. If you want to learn how to make 6 to 7 figures online, then click the link in my description. I will outline that for you. Thank you so much for listening. Peace out. Hey, thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. If you liked the content in this video and want to see more videos like this, please click the subscribe button. Make sure to click the little bell icon and turn on all notifications so when I come out with new content, you'll be notified.